What have you done?
I dropped a thing. Oh well.
Cool.
Hello, we're live.
Oh,
uh, welcome back to another session of Exalted Wheel with Jen, aka Donati, and myself, Sir Aaron. And we're playing, Exalted Wheel. Fuck, that thing that dropped really distracted me. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna go pick it up. Okay. All right. So, hello, welcome. We're late as usual.
usual, right on time. This is exactly how we planned it.
Yeah. we're wizards. It's fine. We start exactly when we mean to. So I guess since it was a 7-hour session, would you like to quickly recap what happened?
We went to a dance, and to go to the dance, we went shopping. And then me and Rokujai had a heart-to-heart about what exactly we wanted out of this, I guess, and how we wanted to proceed. And then I finally filled in Rokujai in the details of how I solely was responsible for him not marrying that other lady.
Yeah, you're the you were the crux in it all. Were it not for you, this never would have happened.
Technically, I can blame Ella when it was his
fault. But yeah, he seemed to take it okay, and you seemed to take the idea of him being a spy master okay.
I mean, so, I'm not gonna lie, we all fucking knew it.
Yeah.
We know his game. We know what he's good at. Let's see. And it was just basically confirmation of something that we, as a player, I have known for 3 years, and as a character, could probably guess.
Yeah.
So it's oh, you're a spy master. Oh, I never could have guessed.
Yeah. Oh, wow. I never knew that about you. That's really surprising, huh? This changes the dynamic of our relationship so much.
Definitely not in any way related as to how you knew secrets about fucking House Tepid and what they were doing.
And Page Upstairs.
And Page Upstairs. And pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Definitely in no way related to any of that.
Yeah. So, but your mother was trying to spill this beans on you.
Right, and I'm like, oh, you done goof. We known. We done known.
And did anything else happen? Well, you bought a magnificent dress.
We bought a fucking magnificent dress that's apparently worth just straight up 3 dice worth of cash.
Well, I mean, it makes sense in terms of you bought it for ob 6 and cash is basically half the ob. Is a quick and dirty way of figuring out cash. But yeah, I don't think at least in the near future that you'll be wanting to get rid of that just yet.
No, I want it. It's mine now.
And that I got inspired. I started drawing again.
Yeah.
That's another thing. I ended up drawing Rokujai and Donati dancing, but it's
It's still in the works, but it looks fantastic. Are you showing it to them?
I'm not gonna show it because right now it's just anatomy.
Oh, you don't want to show nudity.
Well, I'd rather not risk it. You know what YouTube's like.
I do.
Um, but once she's wearing clothes, then I'll show it.
You know what? Solid.
Yeah. But I got a new tablet pretty much. I'd been wanting to get a new tablet for ages, and then drawing this is kind of what made me bite the bullet and just get a new tablet. And
Yeah,
so
it's great.
I hope you're happy, Jen. You've made me spend £90.
Oh, shut the fuck up. You know you could have gotten it.
Yeah, no, I'm joking. But it's a really good tablet, so I'm happy with my purchase until it breaks.
It won't be for like 17 billion years.
Yeah.
Touch that, you can go away. Shoot.
Meow. So I guess enough dilly-dallying. Let's read some beliefs or talk about some beliefs. Did you actually end up rewriting any or no?
I did. I replaced the second one, which was the anyone who hears me will become my supporter or whatever. I replaced it with one about Rokujai, which
let me start screen sharing.
Told me to do.
Yeah, well, I suggested that it might be worth doing.
So I've done that. So my first belief is still there is no one better suited to lead the armies of my house than I. I'll crush the death of the council by the strength of my allies and arguments. My second one is now Rokujai is important to me in my life. I will convince my family to put their trust in him, though our relationship is new. So that'll end up probably biting me in the ass. Rokujai has been using me for like the last 3 years of my life. The only one of Donati though. Oh jeez. Hello? It still says we're live. I don't know if that's true or not. Wait. Oh, it is true. We are still live. Come back, Will. Hello?
Hello?
Hey, you're back.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
What happened?
My internet dropped.
That happened last time. On Friday, too.
Yeah, it happened on Friday as well. I have no idea. Yeah, I mean, it's probably because I'm on wireless now.
Why?
I've been on wireless for a while, and it's less reliable. Because my motherboard has stopped being able to read a physical Ethernet cable. It's just stopped. Like, I've tried everything, and I think it's just broken. So I don't know how to fix that short of getting a new motherboard, and I don't want to do that yet. So I'm just on like a wireless dongle, which isn't ideal. So yeah, hopefully if that happens again, just bear with the stream and I'll be back in a couple, like at most a minute probably.
Okay. You telling me there's no like Ethernet adapters or anything like that plugs into the USB?
Oh, you know what? I'll look that up later.
What did I tell you like a fucking week ago about us as humans making our lives harder than they should be?
Yeah. Well, anyway, I don't know how far you got through your beliefs because as soon as you started reading the first one, I just dropped. So,
Wow. I wondered why you didn't remark on the second one. All right,
so
so I said my first one,
yep,
right, which is new and has not changed, or is not new and has not changed.
yep.
And then my second one, which is my new one, is Rokujai is important to me in my life. I will convince my family to put their trust in him, though our relationship is new.
Cool.
So that one should be interesting because Rokujai has definitely been using Donati for like the last 3 years of my life, or one of hers. I sense it coming, Will. You cannot hide it from me. I am preparing myself for the worst.
And then
And then the third one is still. Are you,
oh god, hello.
I can still hear you, but you cut in for a second, and I was like, oh no, but you're back.
Technical issues don't persist. Otherwise, we might have to go to. Probably will. If it does, we might have to go to like an audio only session, and I'll record it instead of streaming.
Terrible.
Um,
And then the third one is the same. Violence has rarely been the answer for my problem so far. Diplomatic negotiations get me anything I need, but it's better you find Monday. Okay, boy. So I might need like 2 minutes.
Sure.
Well, they're like yelling at me to take my clothes out of the
No,
washer.
it's fine. I'm just laughing. Like, let's begin as we mean to go on, right?
It's like, come on. Sunday is my
No,
day to
no.
watch. No,
I
no,
know,
no.
I
I'm
know.
just like complaining about Sunday is my day to watch. All right. I just need you to know that I watch on Sundays and only on Sundays because my stepmother watches on Saturday. That's what she does, and I don't interfere with that. That way, we can all get the laundry of the house done, right, with no one interfering. But apparently,
That's fair enough.
she didn't fucking do that yesterday. So now she's interfering
Oh.
with my time and trying to hurry me up. And I'm like, how? This is my washing time. Don't rush me. I have the entire day.
Oh dear.
Anyway, so I'll be back in a second. It'll be real quick.
Sure. Well, in the meantime, I'm gonna find chat. And what else could I do? I can double check my GM notes. And possibly write new beliefs for Rokujai. Do I need to do that? Oh yeah, he has actually completed some beliefs recently. I should change these. So traveling to Jutsu will be a great opportunity to recuperate my losses from Lookshy. My next step will be to what? He's successfully got some funds now. So I guess next step will be, I guess, estate management / like house hunting, a place to set up shop. My next step will be to find a place to set up shop. And belief 3, Donati's endless bravery and ambition has captured my imagination. If I'm to capture her heart, I must find out what aspects of character she finds most appealing in a man. That one's a little weak, but it's probably fine. It's probably good enough for an NPC. I don't even know if Rokujo's going to show up in this session or not. So what remains? I guess I need to. Let's go to the calendar, actually. Okay, yeah. So our schedule for this session, hopefully, if we get time for it, will be to have a conversation with Ikona, and then, if there's time, have a conversation with Sabine as well, and then that leaves 2 more meetings with Odem and Yanis before the conclave meeting in a few days. So depending on how this goes down, how quickly we get through these conversations, there's probably only 2 or 3 or 4 sessions left, maybe. We'll see.
Who talking to?
I'm talking to myself, basically, because I was just kind of working out where we're up to and what people's beliefs are and stuff like that, whilst I waited for you.
I feel like maybe you might need a friend, Phil. Just saying.
Yeah, probably. Well, you're back now, so it's fine. you're my friend, right?
Absolutely will.
Thank you. Cool. All right. I think we're ready to start the session properly now. Hopefully,
Sure?
hopefully there's no more interruptions or weird shenanigans.
Yeah, well, there definitely will be.
There probably will be. Yeah. Okay. So it is the next day, the morning after your fun night out with Rokujai. And you have a meeting scheduled with Ikona
I do.
for the morning period of today. So yeah, I think I guess we'll open on your bedroom. The morning light trickling in through the curtains. The dress from the previous evening. Would you say it was like strewn to the ground, or would you like hang it up properly afterwards?
Probably hang it up afterwards, mostly
Yeah.
because it looks so nice.
Yeah. So like your dress hanging up, like probably on the
It's got like a
outside.
fancy bag over it.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't. You probably don't have like a mannequin in your room to hang it on, but you
Okay,
could maybe
I have
look at
like
getting one.
I have the realm equivalent of a coat hanger.
Yes. Yeah. Uh, and Rokujai spent the night with you, if I recall, right?
I mean, he can leave in the night. I don't give a fuck.
No, we'll say he's there. If there's any, I guess, morning conversation you want to have with him before you set out. If not, I guess we can cut straight to you arriving
Let's
at
here's a
Ikona's
question:
farm.
Is Rokujai an early riser?
I don't think he's as early of a riser as you are.
Cause I'm up with the dawn.
Yeah, you're up with the dawn. Well, he's still napping. Um,
Rokujai is the little spoon.
yeah, probably. um,
Has my beefy arms around him.
so yeah, I think he's still asleep unless you wake him up.
No, I probably would. I will go in for like a shower or a bath, whatever. I can luxuriate. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I think
Have,
either is a thing for sure.
let's see. Ikona, I believe, was still in the morning, right?
Yeah, I was just looking at the calendar. So she's in the morning and Ikona's in the
Right,
evening
like right
tomorrow.
there in the calendar. I'm like flipping
Sorry,
pages.
Sabine. I've got it open on Roll20 if that helps.
Yeah. Okay. So I will prepare myself. Right. The cats are fighting. It's fine. That's what they do. And but yeah, I will prepare myself, take my shower. Um once I'm done, that probably takes like, I don't know, a bit.
Half an
If I'm
hour or
being
something,
if
yeah.
I'm being slow about it, right? Uh I would probably then like, yeah, it's about time for him to wake up. He can fucking wake up. Come on, Rokuchai, up and at him. I like sit next to him, right? And I'm like calling his name very gently, right? And he's like, eh. And he almost looks like he's gonna wake up, and then he just rolls over. And in which case, I give it like 30 seconds, and I lean in real close, and I'm just like, "Wake up!"
Yeah, I think he like starts awake. It's like, ah, ah.
I just want you to know, I did give you several minutes of calling your name gently to rise you up out of your sleep.
Ah. That's what that was. Good morning.
Hello, up and at him. Come on. I like
Uh,
pat his.
he like starts rolling. Yeah, I think he like starts kicking the sheets off and um like scratches his head and says, what's the plan today? I'm a little off track, I think.
Let's see. I have a meeting with Ikona in the morning. Probably in like a couple hours. It's still early. But then
What
after that,
time
my
is it?
afternoon is free. Let's see. How would you? Well, the Blessed Isle is like
It's
in
probably
the
like
middle,
dawn.
right? So the sun probably rises at like 6:30.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Um,
basically dawn.
so if I get up at 6:30, right, and I spend the 30 minutes, and it's probably 7 or 7:30 in the morning. So it's like a decent time to wake up. Get the fuck up! Come on. I don't tell him that. I just like say it's like the whatever realm equivalent of 7 in the morning is.
Yeah, yeah. And he's like, yeah, it's probably time that I get up. You're right. And he like stands up and searches around for his clothes. Unless you're in a rush, I can head down part way with you. I know you'll be turning onto the farm, right? Or is your meeting somewhere else?
Uh, where is my meeting?
It's up to you, honestly. I don't mind.
Um, where's her office? How about that? I'm sure she has one for like
She
actual business.
Yeah, she definitely has an office in the palace.
Right.
And I think the palace is closer to. She also probably has one in Juche as well, but I think the palace is probably closer to the farm than Juche is. So maybe for convenience, she's agreed to meet you at her office in the palace.
Okay. In the palace, so I don't have to go far. Thankfully.
Ah, fair enough. I think I'll be heading into Juche for the day then. Once I've had something to eat.
We hear cats in the background. One skitters out from under the bed. Run.
Donati like picks it up and takes it to the door. Like, go on, get out. Shoo.
It's the fucking cat that we like saw in the garden.
Just followed you in.
It did follow us in. It closed the door for us. All right. But yeah, how is I probably want to ask him like how his business and stuff is going so far, because he had like a day out in the town where I wasn't there, right?
Yeah. So he
Like,
says,
he was doing business. How did that go?
he says, yes, I've been asking around and managed to speak with a few old friends and contacts who I have in the area. They seem to think that the kind of insurance endeavor that I have in mind should be. There's a few other competitors in the area, but no major ones.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have their support, some of their financial support, which is useful. And I've managed to scrounge together some money of my own from various funds, including that bag of money you found the other day. So now, well, every little helps. So now my plan is to go and look for a place to set up shop. Start speaking with estate agents and see what's available. That sort of thing. Yes, so it's going along.
That's good.
I think it'll be at least a week or so though before anything gets properly put into paper. In fact, there may be 1 or 2 nights coming up. Probably tomorrow night and possibly the night after that, where I'll be staying in Juche to attend a meeting, sort of a half business, half pleasure sort of do.
When he says like half pleasure, I just like give him like this like grin like Pleasure.
He says, not that sort, mostly good food and wine.
Ah, whatever. I thought this was the exciting type of pleasure. Never mind. I'm no longer interested.
He says that I can bring some hookers if you'd like me to.
Well, if the party isn't spicy enough, you can definitely do that. I'm sure it'll perk some people up.
uh, Maybe make a good a good housewarming gift or something. I don't know. Anyway, uh, what was I gonna say? Yes, hopefully I'll be back before your first meeting with the whole conclave.
Yes. Let's see. Tomorrow. So if it's tomorrow and the day after that, I have a meeting with Yanis in the afternoon, and after that, the next morning I have the conclave meeting. So
Yes, like I said, I don't think I'll be allowed into that meeting, but I can at least cheer
you
you on
never
from
know.
the sideline. Moral support.
That's very important.
Anyway, let's find something to eat.
Well, you have to get cleaned up first. I like shoot him in the direction of the bathroom. Take a fucking shower, you stink boy. I don't say it like that, but it's like go take a shower.
I think probably with his level of breeding, he probably I was thinking about like other aside from his wooden skin, like other ways that his pure blood kind of emits itself, and I was thinking maybe his white hair is like this fine
It's anime
like,
hair. It never gets tangled. It
no
like
no 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 I
spreads
wasn't
out on the sheets and like this white cloud of pure silk. You can run your hands through it at any given point in the day.
yeah like partially that, but also like maybe his hair is like partially alive or something and like gives off a faint floral scent.
Oh my god, that's adorable. He's literally an anime character.
I don't know. I haven't quite decided about that yet.
You know what this is? This is like a fucking clash of genres. I'm like the scruffy, scrappy underdog hero of a shonen like Naruto, and he's like in fucking Oren High School Host Club. This is what's happened.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. It's either that or I was thinking of giving him like some very small, like supple horns that are like uh blend in, like hidden among his hair most of the time, but like are there sort of. I
I
don't
like the living hair. That makes it sound cute.
know. But
He's like
yes,
Sunny from Toriko.
he goes and has a shower. Like maybe in spring, little flowers grow in his hair as well.
No, that's so cute. That's fantastic, and I hate it. You have to keep that one. I can't wait for him to actually lift weights with his hair. Have you seen Toriko?
I haven't, no.
You need to watch Toriko just because now I'm imagining like Rokujai as Sunny. He's also got living hair, but his hair is like fucking each strand is like as strong as steel, so he like fucking like uses
Oh,
it
right.
to lift shit up.
Yeah, no. I've been trying to think of like white plants, like
Mm-hmm.
naturally white leafed or white petaled. plants
That
to
is so
kind of
anime,
like.
and I fucking
Yeah,
love
I
it.
can't talk.
That's the one. That's gotta be it. He's a
Yeah,
gentle anime boy,
he is.
and I'm
um,
just like Guts from Berserk or something. I'm terrible.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, well, you're less moody than Guts, at least.
I'm less moody, and I am apparently smarter. My sword also looks better.
uh, yeah. I mean, you're also less emotionally damaged, so.
I am less emotionally damaged. I didn't have
um.
to see like all of my friends and
Oh,
coworkers get
spoilers!
brutally.
Spoilers! Like Berserk is a really good series, and I don't want to spoil it for anybody who just happens to be
Don't
listening.
fucking watch it. Literally, don't watch it. There's no point. You know what? You can just read Spark Notes. There's no reason why you have to subject yourself to the anime or the manga ever.
Why? The manga's
Bad.
great. The manga is great.
Okay, can we at
The
least
anime
put like
is
17 different trigger warnings on the front of it? I wasn't prepared for half of the shit that came in there.
yeah,
Ferris
yeah.
told me it's like, oh, it's a little bit iffy. I'm not sure if that would be up your alley. And I'm like, what kind of stuff? He's like, oh, well, you know, there's like a lot of violence and blood and stuff. I'm like, I can handle that. And then fucking bam! I'm just like, oh shit! Oh my god!
Yeah, yeah. It's
Um,
uh it's pretty messed up.
it's messed up. It's messed the fuck up. This shit gives you nightmares. Bad nightmares.
Yeah.
No one warned
Um
me. Let it not be said that I would ever let someone go into that anime without warning them. If you've ever watched Devil May
okay,
Cry,
yeah.
or like Devil May Cry, Devil May Cry Baby, it's sort of fucked up like that.
Yeah. Thing is, it's logically consistent. Like it's not just fucked up for the sake of being fucked up.
You can't put
um
logic in a fantasy story with fucking demons from hell, Will. That's not the way it works.
No, I mean that like
It's
it's
dark because it's dark. That's the
yeah,
only fucking reason.
all right. Anyway, getting off topic. Uh
I'm better than Guts.
you're better than Guts, yes.
Thank God.
Uh
And Rokijai is my willowy anime boy. He gets into trouble and I have to rescue him with my Herculean strength.
what's the opposite of a damsel?
I don't know.
Yeah. Uh,
Okay. I didn't know this was a thing, but here you go. I don't even know how to pronounce that.
uh, the male equivalent of a damisel is a damoiselle. Oh, I cannot pronounce French.
Damoiselle. Damoiselle.
Damoiselle, yeah. Damsel. Yeah, but it's been like Englishified into damsel.
I've seen the
So it's
like proper
probably
French word in English books, like as an actual term. I just think that like
damisel.
damsel is way more prevalent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't
Damisel.
actually know.
Damosel just sounds like you mispronounced damsel. Anyway, so he's a damsel. He's probably a damsel.
The nearest male equivalent seems to be the lad.
Yeah, he's a lad. He's your lad.
My soft lad, my soft boy.
Yeah, it's just boy or bow, as we were looking at before.
I literally have no fucking clue. I don't even think it's like. I have no clue. I have no fucking clue. Like, I'm looking it up and I just don't think it's ever been brought up.
Yeah.
Why would a man ever be in distress?
Well, a damsel doesn't have to be in distress.
Okay, when you think of damsel, though, what's the first fucking, like,
Yeah,
thing that pops up in your mind, though?
yeah, damsel in distress, but that's a complete sentence. That's not that's not a single definition.
That's what you think.
Um.
I
Okay.
thought that when you
So
brought
yeah.
up the shower thing, I thought that you were
You-
gonna say like his breathing is so great, he just never gets dirty, and I'm like, that's bullshit. Go take a shower to wake up.
Well, I mean that is also sort of a thing. Like he can get dirty, but he has the character trait tidy aspect, which
Mhm.
means that he basically always seems to look his best.
That's great, but a shower is gonna wake you up. Go and take a shower.
Yeah. No, he's gone to the bathroom already.
Okay,
during this time that we've been having this meta game talk, he's been showering.
good. All right. Denati just like gets all her shit together while Roku's taking a shower. Obviously, she will wait for him so we can, I don't know, go down to breakfast or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you have your breakfast.
With my lad.
Whatever with your lad. Oh God, whatever it may be. Um, and uh, yeah, I think there's kind of like off the back of last night. There's maybe a slightly different atmosphere in the mess hall now when you come in
Yes.
than there was on your first morning here.
Wait, is it a good change or a bad change?
Yeah, like when previously everybody seemed to be ignoring you or avoiding you, and there was like this kind of awkward tension.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think like this time uh, the sort of the effects of your conspicuousness last night have kind of lingered, and when you come back in, um, especially with Rokujai like just behind you, like everybody, um, like it's not like everybody suddenly looks in your direction, but like you notice more glances in your direction. You notice more people kind of almost.
Not in greeting, as in before they were just ignoring me completely.
Yeah, and now they're like, "Ooh, that's that girl from last night." Uh,
That's
you
fantastic.
know, ooh, with her pretty boyfriend.
Yeehaw.
Like, um, maybe you catch little whispers and stuff. Like the party seems to be kind of the big talk of the morning, and you and Rokujai definitely keep getting mentioned in that discussion among
Nice.
the various tables. There's like more smiling faces thrown in your direction than frowns this time.
Yeah, like some people actually nod in my direction and say good morning.
Yeah,
Instead
and
of like pulling their children to the side and being like, go to college, don't be like her. Go to college or you'll end up like her.
yeah. Um, so yeah, I think you help yourself to the sort of breakfast buffet that's generally put on in the mornings for the family, and yeah, I guess you had your separate ways.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
Time to go face my death and visit Ikona.
yeah. Uh, so where would Ikona's office be? Let's think.
Up your bed. Also, I
Yeah, I
don't know
think.
who Zink is, but I love him.
Pardon?
I don't know who Zink is, the person in chat right now, but I love him.
Ah,
He was there for a while.
hello, Zank. Uh, yeah, I think you go to her office. You maybe like aren't exactly sure where it is and have to ask and get pointed to her office. And you when you get there, there's a sign on the door that says
No
uh
solicitors.
no, it says uh like it's addressed to you. It says Donati. Um, it's a lovely morning, so I'm out in the garden below. Come find me when you're ready.
Jesus Christ, she's like fucking giving me like she's giving me a shrine quest. Alright. Now I'm assuming this place has a lot of gardens. Do I know which one she's talking about?
I guess it's implied like the lower garden, the one in the main entrance, not the one on top of the cliff.
Alright, I will go
Um,
to the lower garden. I jump out of a window. I mean, I could.
you actually could, yeah.
I'm not going to.
um, yeah. So I guess you exit out the one of the main one of the two main entrances. Pass by the great waterfall out front of your house, basically,
Yeah.
and maybe follow the stream down a little bit, and then turn off towards some of the tea houses on the sort of eastern side of these gardens. Um, uh, yeah, and it takes you probably a few minutes of like looking through the various different tea houses and other sitting areas, and there's a fair number of people around actually, just enjoying the weather. And yeah, at some point, eventually, you see Ikona sitting at a table with probably like a cup of coffee or something, and a uh, you can see she's got what appears to be like it's not on the table; it's by her side,
A
by
cat.
her seat.
One of those
Um,
fucking garden cats.
yeah, yeah, there's a cat around, but there's also um, this like folder uh, with like a canvas folder, like that you put like big sheets of paper in.
Oh
That
gosh, she's
you
got my
want to keep
personal
flat.
record.
Um, but like big ones, not document sized, like
Yeah, this is my
um,
personal record. It's in big form. I did a lot of stuff, okay?
um, yeah, and I think she's just like I said, sipping her coffee, and there's some like cakes or something on the table.
She's enjoying life.
And
She's definitely her daughter's mother.
um, yeah, and reclining. I think her seat is like slightly tilted to be more comfortable for her, given that she's kind of in the late stages of pregnancy now.
Oh, right, she's fucking pregnant.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, and so you see her in this little opening. Um, uh, so presumably you head over.
I will head over there.
Yeah.
Be like, hello. Or, good morning.
Good morning. Sorry about the note, but I figured it's such a nice day. Might as well enjoy it rather than being cooped up inside.
Mm, you're probably right. But it's been so long since I've been here. I might as well get out and actually enjoy some of the sights.
Well, exactly. They don't tend this garden for nothing. Might as well enjoy it.
I will, settle into my chair.
Hmm. She I think there's like a pot of coffee on the table as well, and she like offers some to you if you want any.
Alright, I will take coffee, but I have just eaten, so I'm not gonna be like guzzling it. I'm just gonna be like, okay, I have coffee, I will sip it on occasion.
uh, yeah, and I think once you're settled in, she says,
Mhm.
"So, lots to discuss today, huh?"
I am ready.
She
I think I've been doing well so far. I've already spoken to three of the council members, so I'm working my way towards them, or through them.
yes, I got a chance to speak with them myself yesterday. Uh, Seems like you've made quite an impression on Pesu.
Oh, I don't suppose he happened to mention any reason why. Just in particular.
I think she just smiles.
Oh, she knows.
And Ghazal was telling me about some of the adventures you've had.
Yes, I am. I tried to send letters, reports home uh, often. I'm not entirely sure whether they made it all the way, but hopefully some did.
Uh, what did she say? Yeah, I think she says, I think
Ooh.
Ghazal probably has too much too much personal investment in this particular matter, uh, and so, well, I'm sure there'll be a separate conversation at some point about keeping information from the conclave. But anyway, it's out in the open
Ooh.
now, and we've got.
Oof. The Nadi's just like eyes widen a little bit, like, oh shit.
She
That's
says,
done.
we've got a few days to catch up on all the necessary details. Though it would have been good to know some of this sooner. Still, well, it's related, but I have a suspicion that this isn't exactly why we're talking today.
Oh, okay, hold up. She says that.
The stuff about the hiding information from the conclave isn't what you're. That's not why you have this meeting right now.
Oh, well, she knows exactly why I'm having this meeting. I told her.
Yeah. No. Yeah, she's sort of she's leaving that one at the wayside and moving towards the important bit.
Right.
Um. Yeah. So she says, "So why don't we get down to business?"
Oh my god. That wasn't in game. That was just me.
Have some more coffee.
No. I haven't even had any coffee in real life.
Maybe you should have some.
You know, I made some perfectly good coffee. And I couldn't drink it.
Why not?
Because it was my dad's.
Oh. Couldn't have made enough for two?
No, it's a small pot.
Or does he drink? Does he drink? Is he like me? Does he drink like a whole pot of coffee by himself?
He can absolutely drink a whole pot of coffee by himself. Fine.
Yeah.
Um, no, it's just that, like, he was like, oh, make me some coffee, he said while still in bed, fucking, like, half asleep. And I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. So then I made it, and then it, like, was just, like, looking so great, right? So good. And I'm like, shit, I can't fucking drink this. I just said it was for my dad. I fucking, like, bad.
Well, we can take a break at some point, and then you can make some more.
It'll be too late by then.
Oh, well then. Yeah. So she says, like I said, she's like, let's
Yeah.
talk business.
I can't control what my mother does. I can only hope that whatever her actions are, they're for the benefit of the house. That I have to have faith in. But no, you're right. I'm here for a particular reason, one that I believe is for the benefit of my house. Um, like I said before, I want to raise an army. I think, um, I think it's important. I think it's overdue. And the longer we wait, the more at risk we can be.
She like leans back a bit and says yeah, well, I know that that's the way that you feel about it, but I'm not personally convinced.
I give her an expectant look like, yes, go on.
She says, tensions between the houses have yet to really get to the point where warranting where wanting an army for self-defense would really be warranted. And if we're not if we make that first move, then it sends a signal to the others, and well, it may well provoke something that we would be trying to avoid anyway.
I don't believe I don't believe that the danger necessarily is coming from the other houses, though that is one of the reasons. Um, I think it is I think it's the state of the world outside that really concerns me.
Well, very often the world beyond the realm is has very little effect on the things that actually go on at home. People like to talk as though every little thing that happens in the threshold will change life as we know it in the realm, but it never seems to happen that way.
Unfortunately, um, not every event happens in the threshold. There are things happening now on on the Blessed Isle that are concerning, or even within our own controlled territories, though not necessarily on our um, on this island itself.
She uh she kind of shrugs nonchalantly and says, my thoughts on the matter, and uh, I'll preface this by saying that I am maybe open to debate on this, which is why we're having this meeting. But my thoughts on the matter is that we have we have a lot of social and economic responsibility to the people of this island as uh, as the house that is bridging the gap between mortals and terrestrials. And personally, I think it's our duty almost to set a good example. Uh, to put it bluntly, I just think that the money that would be required to raise and maintain an army could be far better spent putting into civil projects, internal development, and things that would help everybody, not just us.
Do you have some of these projects in mind already?
She like smiles and pulls up the folder that was at her chair
Oh my
and
god.
says, "Why, yes, I do actually."
I've walked into a minefield. She's prepared.
um, and she says, I don't know how much success I'll have, but I'd like to try and convince you that some of the ideas in here, and she like taps the folder, are way better ideas, way better uses of money than making a thing that that just kills people.
Wow. fucking incredible. I called it. I called it so fucking hard, Will. But you know that because I showed you.
Yeah, but I wrote my own notes for this a week ago as well, so
I'm just saying I called it.
that's fine.
That's right. Ow.
Congrats.
Yeehaw. Alright, okay. Donati is interested in looking at these projects. Mostly because she wants to know because she a curious bitch. She a nosy hoe. Donati is interested in looking at these things because she a nosy hoe and she wants to know.
Right, yeah. Um yeah, so I guess without she's not going to fully explain them yet. But she
Right.
does like open the folder and start spreading some of these sheets out. And they seem to basically be blueprints and designs and like cartographical maps and like sketches of a variety of different, you think, like civil engineering projects. Things like sketches of bridge designs, of like tunnels, of like new ways to build better housing, um uh yeah, like basically uh yeah, basically just civil engineering related designs. um Between her handwriting and like not being like only glancing at them, like actually figuring out what they all are exactly, just from looking would be quite difficult. um but yeah, she like spreads some of these out on the desk and says, I've had all sorts of ideas about ways we could be better spending money for years, and well, as you probably know, Nellens has been sitting on quite the quite the kitty fund for some time. Council's been undecided for, well, quite a long time about how to spend it all, and, well, whether it even should be spent. And I've been trying to convince them for quite a while to go with one of these or several of these projects. Um, so you'll have to excuse me when I say that. Well, I'm currently viewing your intention as a little bit of a threat to my long-term goals.
Ooh, I could say something right fucking now, but it would be so bad and she would not like it. But I'm not going to say that. But I
Out
will
of
tell it to you.
Yeah, what do you want to say? I'm
I
curious.
wanted to say is like, well, if you've been having this much trouble for so many years, it's like kind of implied that like the reason that it's been taking so long for her is because like she's just not as good as I am, who has swept in
Or
and in
just like,
like 3 days convinced half of the council already.
more like, yeah, I guess, or just her ideas aren't good enough or something. um,
But that would be rude,
it would be rude.
and I would not say that.
um, well, actually, years is maybe a bit much. maybe instead she says like this is
I mean, like, it takes,
stuff she's been thinking about for a while.
if she's got like this many things and fucking blueprints, and she's had to have like inspectors and analyzers and surveyors out, like doing land measuring and like topography and all that. So it could be.
Yeah, yeah, it could be like a very yeah. I think more likely it's like a thing that she's had in the back of her mind for years and has been slowly working on, and now she's kind of at the point where she's ready to actually show this stuff to the conclave and like proper like she wants to come in with a proper like project proposal rather than just hey I have an idea. Like she wants to like judging by the amount of work that she's like pre-work that she's already done, you get the impression like yeah that's what she wants to do is like just dump a load of good workable affordable ideas onto the council and say like we could do all of these, I've done the maths, we have the technology. Like yeah. um as you're like she's spreading them out in front of you, just kind of to let you glance at them.
Mhm.
And I guess you're looking at them like she whilst she's doing that she's searching your face for like any emotional reaction.
Well, they're definitely interesting, uh, but mostly it's a little troubling because I could. Hmm. I could play with what Gazelle brought to the table, with what she wanted, right? I could play with what Pesu wanted, right? I could play with what Rannick wanted. I'm not sure how I would do that with Ikona. Like, I don't see a middle ground. Because the fact of the matter is, like, there is a finite amount of money, right?
Yeah.
And that's it. There is a finite amount. So, like, I don't actually know how much the total cost of an army would be, but it would probably be like several of these projects put together.
In terms of maintenance and stuff, um yeah, I guess to reiterate something that Pesu said, and maybe this goes through your head as you're looking at these designs, like an army is basically always going to be leeching money,
Right,
and it needs, in order for it to ever be profitable, it needs to either have an economy that supports it, or it needs to be always out pillaging and looting and whatever so that it can subsidize its own funds,
right. Now, I do have a contrary point to
or
that,
both.
right? I feel like the reason why an army would be so expensive is that you kind of have to, like, I guess it's costly because you're importing from different locations. That money is basically gone. As far as you're concerned, if you have a set amount of funds, then that money, as soon as you spend it, it's gone, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't necessarily have to be true if the people that you're buying from are connected to you.
Yeah.
So it's like, the whole thought where like the rich will hoard money and it's basically gone from the economy. But if you give it to like a common person, they'll spend it and it's going straight back into the economy.
Yeah.
Something like something like that, I think.
Mm.
But I'm not entirely sure how that would come into play or how that would necessarily help my case because, like, I don't know. I don't have access to the fund, so I don't know what the financial records are like.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know whether or not we could do both, or like we could do one and then the other, or if like we do one and that's it. It just like scraps everything that they've saved so far.
Yeah, so that's the dilemma, I guess.
You know what? I'll ask Ikona about it, actually.
Hmm.
Um, I'll just say something like, obviously I don't have access to the kinds of records that you do, or the information that the council has on tap. With the hmm, with the funding that the council has, is it really one or the other? There's no in between.
She
So like, is it a guarantee that like if we spend on an army, then we definitely can't do any of these, or like if we spend on these projects, then we definitely can't do any of the army thing?
she frowns and says, well, based on she like she says, I haven't seen your full proposal yet, and um and she like stops herself and says, which I would like to see, by the way. But based on what Jesus said, it sounded like what you were going for. Hmm. It would definitely put a dent in our funds, and any expenditure that we make after that would be more risky. Uh, Safe bets are hard to come by, and we're standing on one at the moment, more or less. Uh, she like sort of shrugs and um, says, if the rest of the council is convinced, then there's not much I can do except be patient. But well, given she like squints a little bit, says, given your age and your background, I'd prefer it if you were the one that had to be patient rather than me.
Oh shit! I think Denati's a little stumped on this point. I think because
Hmm.
hmm.
She sips her
Denati
coffee whilst you're thinking.
Denati is like family oriented, right?
Yeah.
For the good of the family. Uh, and this is for the good of the family. Like what Ikona is bringing to the table is good shit. It's not like Gazal, being like trying to bring me down, or Pesu just trying to get like money for money's sake, or Rannick seeking glory. Ikona's like a good person trying to do good. And I'm like, oh, no!
I've got you. I finally got you with the most diabolical of moral dilemmas.
Good men trying to do good shit, or good women trying to do good shit. Fuck. Oh no. I knew this was coming, but I couldn't prepare myself for it. What have you done?
All right. So I think you maybe need some time to think. So maybe let's take a short break. What I will say in the meantime, or to help give you food for thought, is if this is going to go to a duel of wits, um, she's gonna try and persuade you that like her ideas are a better use of funds right now. Um, like, yeah, I don't know if she's gonna be able to persuade you, or whether you think this is even an option that she could like completely dissuade you from going down this war path.
No.
Um, uh, but she wants to like plant the seed in your mind that there is maybe better uses for this money out there, even if they're not her ideas. Maybe it's something else, but like she yeah, I think she's a bit of a pacifist in that sense. um so yeah, food for thought. And we'll take a 5 or 10 minute break. I am back.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
You're so far away.
Sorry. I think it is just mic proximity. So, what are your thoughts? Hello?
Hold on.
Meow.
Yes. Is that why you muted me? Because my cat?
Uh, Possibly.
How dare you? Okay. Well, I thought up of a response, but it's not one she'll like, and it's not a good one.
Do you
I have
think it
straight
will?
cheese.
Do you think it will go to Duelwitz or not? Do you
It'll
think you'll walk
definitely
away?
have to.
Well, you could just walk away. Is the other? You could just accept that she's not going to give you your support, and then you're going to have to rely on the other conclave members.
He seems like a good person, and I feel like that would be rude. To not at least even listen to her side of the argument.
Yeah.
Like if I could give fucking Pesu that, come on. I got a cheese stick. Delicious. I knocked off a cheese strand and now Tegan is just eating it. Well, I had it in my hand and then she licked it. So she like came up and just licked it. So I mean obviously it's hers now. So I just put it on the floor and she's eating it.
Can cats eat cheese?
Yeah.
Isn't it like bad for them or something? Or is that dogs?
Dairy is. Dairy. The cats are lactose intolerant.
Yeah.
But the more processed cheese is,
The
less actual lactose it has. Where concern is really just for like large amounts of preservatives and whatnot.
Yeah.
But Tegan isn't. I don't feed her like household scraps a lot, so it's not something that I'm too concerned about. Also, she's like licking it. She's not really eating it. The only thing she accepts, right? She used to eat people food. She used to like really hunger for it. But nowadays, the only things that she will accept is butter, ham, and like yellow cheese. That's it. She won't accept any other raw meat or anything. She just doesn't want it. Well, no, that's a lie. Tuna. She still loves tuna.
Right. Is that all she eats, or does she also eat normal?
That's
normal
just the household food that she actually likes.
Okay. Not like you're just feeding butter and meat and cheese to this cat every day.
She has normal, like dry and wet kibble.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. She also likes yogurt. She'll like I'll open up a bottle of like drinkable yogurt, and I won't see her, but suddenly she'll be there. Like, I haven't fucking seen her all day because she's hiding somewhere, and I'll open a bottle of drinkable yogurt, and she's just there. Hello. I hear you're opening a bottle of yogurt. I would like some. Usually, what I do is just like fill the little cap of the bottle, and she'll like eat that. Just tiny, tiny portions.
Yeah, yeah.
Small treats, full, not big ones.
Yeah.
I'm a decent cat owner. Leave me alone.
No, no, that's good. She'd probably get sick if you just like always gave her milk or whatever.
Yeah,
And cat sick is super gross.
it really is. All
So,
right, let's see.
what are your thoughts about all this? Non cat related thoughts.
Non-cat related thoughts. Okay. What was the last thing that she said?
I don't remember exactly, but it was something like uh
A benefit we could spend
your
money on.
it was something like you're gonna be what was it? Shit. I can't remember exactly what she said.
Memorize it. You can do it.
I think she basically ended on the note about like, you're younger than me, and so you should have to wait longer, and um like I guess the tone of what she said was a little bit sort of, you're in my way.
Really? How rude.
Yeah.
How are you in my way? No, I'm joking. I'll ignore the age thing. Um, because I don't. One, I don't think it's relevant. Um, two, uh, I don't find it like important enough for me to respond to it.
Yeah.
Um, let's see. Well, that's right. What is that? Ordinarily, I think your project would be exciting. They're good ideas, and they look like they would do a lot of good, not just to us, but to a lot of people. And were this other circumstances, I would back you wholeheartedly. But I don't do this for glory, and I'm not doing this for money or for the hot headedness of youth. I was content with waiting my turn. I was content with leaving to strike my own path and work my way up to where I wanted, even if it took years. I'm doing this now because I think it's important. Because the things that I have seen where I have been farther out from the borders, inside of the very own borders of the people that you want to protect, have shown me that there is something out there. And we need to prepare for it. Projects like this, well, they won't matter if everyone is dead.
I mean, that sounds like a statement of intent right there.
Yeah.
What does she say in response? Uh, I think she kind of frowns a little bit and says,
Well, that seems a bit dramatic.
no, like she takes what you said like quite seriously, I think, and says, do you really have so little faith in the systems that the realm has in place to protect her people from such calamity? We have the Wild Hunt and the Imperial Legions, and to a lesser extent, even the All-Seeing Eye, who do good work and who have protected us for centuries now. I know that the Empress is gone, but I struggle to see how her legacy could fall apart so quickly. Mm,
I think I wouldn't have any trouble believing in the system see if I didn't see it confronted by things I don't think it was meant to confront. Look, Tegan, get out of the way. No, Tegan, Tegan, get out of here.
uh, if you're about to make like
I'm not about to make a point,
count,
but I did
okay.
want it to like make a. I did want to like continue and say something else
Yeah.
because like I don't really know how I would work this into a duel of wits besides just a very 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 long point.
Okay.
And you'll see in a bit.
Okay.
I think I might try to give Donati the paranoid trait after this. Let's be real.
The what trait?
The paranoid trait.
Didn't you used to have it and then lost it?
think so. It's coming back.
You've regained it.
You remember that thing from like Always Sunny in Philadelphia where the guy played by like Charlie Day has like this whole like wall of like pins and papers and strings connected.
Yeah,
That's Donati at this point.
yeah.
Like it's all connected. Remind me of something though.
Sure.
How long ago did the Empress vanish?
3 or 4 years now.
Okay.
Um, thing is, I'd say, if you are about to sort of make a point, like if your statement of intent, if this goes to dual wits, is going to be that projects like these don't matter if everyone is dead,
Right.
then what you're about to say would probably make for an excellent point, or possibly even several points.
Okay.
Um, so maybe if you give me like um
Maybe you're right. Maybe I will save this.
let me say a thing first which could serve as an opposing statement.
Okay.
Um
All right, then let's just say that I ended that statement on like if I didn't see it confronted in every direction by problems it was never meant to face.
yeah. She says
Also, later on, you're gonna have to give me a more in-depth version of how the Wild Hunt operates.
sure. She says, yeah, I suppose she says in response to that last bit, says well, that's exactly why we need to be good leaders. We need to be good examples to the people of this nation, to the people of our house, and even to other houses, so that morale stays high, so that they can keep doing their duty and finding new ways to tackle these problems, even without the guidance of the Empress. Uh, and that is exactly why I think it would be good to invest in these kinds of things. And she like waves her hand towards the folder. At least permit me some time to talk you through some of them. Uh, maybe we can come to some kind of agreement about the order of events. And so her statement is going to be something like, uh, my projects will help strengthen the realm as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and so, um, that should bring in that should be enough to help bring unity, uh, so that we might so that we might face these threats together. as one. Yeah. Okay. So I think I'll move you over to the battlefield. Feel free to kind of add any extra stuff to your one.
Alright. God, mine is so bland.
Well, I just wrote exactly what you said, but if you want to like add more subtext, then let me know and I
11, I
can
can't.
modify it. Pardon?
I can't touch the box.
Oh, okay. Let me know what you want to put there then, and I'll type it.
I kind of wanted to put something like the protection of our people comes first, or the protection of the people comes first.
Yeah. Okay. Um. So I think I think this is going to be an argument about, yeah, about priorities.
Right.
Like, and about, I suppose to a certain degree, about like the philosophy of how to actually how to best serve a nation.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I think a lot of interesting things could come up in this, maybe. Um, Ding dong.
Yep.
Uh,
Who the fuck is pinging me?
but if these are our statements of intent, we should also talk about sort of what total victory or total loss would look like for each one.
Right.
Um, and as always, Duel of Wits isn't mind control, so uh, let's talk about yours first. So if you outright won this Duel of Wits, then I think Ikona would be um I don't think she would be convinced that yes, an army is the right thing to do. Like I think even if you win this thing outright, she's still not going to offer her support in the conclave meeting, but she will at least sort of
Abstain.
she yeah, well, yeah, she'll not abstain, but like she'll vote no, or however it's decided, and then probably expect to be overruled. But she does, as a member of the conclave, she does have the power of veto, and then that can like draw out the kind of discussions or something. I haven't quite worked out how it all works yet, but so I don't think that winning this argument will give her your support. Sorry, will make her give you her support. Um, but it maybe would make her put these projects on the back burner or something and say like, okay, yeah, let's deal with the immediate threat and then
Annette! Oh my god. My dad is calling me. Give me a second.
okay.
Fuck. Can't catch a break here.
Apparently not.
Okay, well, I'm definitely gonna catch flack for that later.
What did you do?
My dad wants me to clean my room like completely top to bottom,
Oh,
clean out all the dirt and the dust and take out the trash and then mop. And I'm like, okay, that will
so
definitely be at
chores.
some point.
Fair enough. Uh, yeah. So I think you'll basically, if you win outright, you'll basically make her kind of put these ideas of hers to one side. Um, but she's not gonna support you outright. Because I think that your plan just goes like two against two yeah too strongly against what she kind of stands for.
Right.
Um, so if she wins outright, what do you think? What do you think that would look like for you? It's a similar situation where like this like not she's kind of like, yeah, don't raise an army, or at least
Right.
don't raise an army yet, or something. Uh I guess. Hmm.
I'm not entirely sure because, like, unlike Ikona and her beliefs, like, none of what she's saying is against the Nadi's belief. And in fact, she's pretty much for community development.
Yeah. So I guess, yeah, I guess it is maybe about the order here, right? So maybe like if you're, yeah, so like if she wins, then you would like you would um how about this, right? So we've kind of, off the back of the Ghazal talk,
Uh
we've
huh.
kind of put a sort of a 4-year kind of plan on this, haven't we? Because
Right.
you need to go back to school. Um, and it's going to take time to raise it up and sort everything out and whatever else. Maybe if Ikona wins this outright, then you would um, like concede to uh, raising the army slower, or
Mm-hmm.
having a smaller army rather than a legion or something, maybe.
Right.
Does that sound like to either raise it slower or to just raise a smaller army? So to like spread out.
I think like the time limit would probably hit me harder
How do
because
you mean?
I already have to wait like the 4 years, and then like longer it's like death.
um, would that be acceptable? Do you think, or can you think of something else that maybe is suitably? Uh,
How much time are we talking?
uh, Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I think. Hmm. Oh, okay. Actually, no. Wait. Here's a better idea. Like if she wins outright, um, then actually no. Maybe this is more of a compromise. No, I'll save that until we get to the end.
Okay.
Hmm. So I've just looked up like how long it took Rome to raise legions, and it's a surprisingly short amount of time, but they had like all the infrastructure in place already.
Right.
So I think 4 years is a reasonable amount of time in terms of what you have to work with right now, but then raising additional legions after that would be a lot easier. Um, so maybe not less time, but or sorry, not more time, but yeah, I think instead of longer, it would just be smaller, right? So instead of a legion, you'd get uh, a flight or a dragon or like a field force or some smaller unit. Um, so like a few thousand instead of several thousand. Uh, and that would kind of be manifest in terms of like that's what Ikona would then convince the council to go for, not not that you agree to like, okay, let's go for a smaller army, but like if she wins this outright, she'll kind of have that leverage to say um to like yeah to say to the rest of the council members, okay, if we're gonna do this, then it has to be a bit small on the smaller scale or something.
Right.
Because she'll know off the back of this conversation that like she's won the philosophical debate side of it, and um that you'll have to be okay with that.
Or fight her to
Just,
the death.
yeah, yes, all that. So does that sound acceptable?
Okay.
Um, so what do we think the stakes are? Is this a big deal? Seems like it might be.
It is kind of a big deal because I would like an actual army, not just like a protective fucking force.
Yeah, not just a big mercenary company.
Yeah, that's not what
Yeah.
I'm. That's not what I want. It's not what I'm going for.
Okay. Yeah, and I think given that this is kind of her driving motivation at the moment as well, that this is probably a big deal for both of you. Yeah, what's your will? It's 4, right?
Yep.
And then what skill do you want to add to that? And do you want to spend any persona?
Persuasion, obviously. I have
Okay, that's at 5, is it?
D5,
Yeah. Okay. So 9.
and you don't park anything in this one. You just have a skill.
Yeah, so in this case, we're not rolling, we're just adding them.
Right.
So, uh, yeah, you can't fork, but you
Right.
can spend persona to just add dice.
I will spend one persona.
All right.
I don't know where that goes. I don't think it goes anywhere. It just dies.
Um, I'd let you add it to will, since body of argument is primarily based on will.
Yes.
All right, and hers is gonna be 6 plus her rhetoric, which is 5, so 11.
Ow.
Okay. So I guess we'll script.
Wow. I'm like, I could, if depending on how I go it, I'm like basically halfway to an epiphany on either perception or will. Probably a little closer to will.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm sorry, did he just say that he wants to turn off the electricity if I don't clean my room? I don't have to bother to explain that to you, Will.
No, you don't. Uh, how how valid is that threat?
Oh, that's very valid. He's done it before.
Oh. Um. How long does cleaning room take?
It's up to his standards.
Oh. Uh. Well then. uh. What do you want to do?
Honestly, I'm tempted just to not give a fuck. But he will do it.
Right.
So, I mean, like, it's gonna be like probably an hour. I don't know if you want to cut the session short or what, because it's like 12:30 for me.
Um. uh.
If we cut the session short, I'll be able to script over the week.
Yeah.
This is fucking horrendous.
Or I guess, do you think you could convince him to like give you some time, and then we finish
No.
this duel of wits, and then we end the session early?
Nope.
Okay.
My dad is not a man who likes to bargain. He wants things done his way or the highway.
I see. Um. Yeah, I guess if there's no choice, then we'll have to end the session here.
You can blame my dad. Like, this is not my fault. This is my
No,
dad's fault.
no.
This is clearly his fault. I want everyone who's ever watched this or will watch this on YouTube to know that my dad has gave me an ultimatum, right? That either I clean my room right now at this instant, or he turns off the electricity for the entire fucking house.
Yeah, that's rough. All right. I guess message me when you're done. We'll sort of see what time it is, if we want to continue or not.
Okay.
And if we do, then I guess we'll stream part 2 in an hour or so. And if we don't, then I guess it'll be next week before we see the Stool of Wits.
Probably next week. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Fair enough.
Well, because if we wanted to end at 2 my time, right, and it's 12:37. In an hour, it's
Yeah.
1:37, and that's like 15 minutes to two.
Yeah. Uh. Yeah, and you need to go at 4, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, okay. We'll see how it goes, but yeah, I guess probably not gonna see part 2 today.
Oh my god. I made him coffee today, Will.
I know you did.
Like, this is a fucking betrayal.
I know. I'm sorry to hear this.
Watch me do anything nice for that man again, I swear to God.
Yep.
Alright, I'll see you later.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Well, that's unfortunate. Uh, I guess, yeah. Let's hope that we can finish this later, but if not, yeah, it'll have to be next week. Well, I guess I'll be off as well then. Bye.